Welcome to Many Cradles, episode 4. In the last episode, well, go check that out if you haven't already, but we basically saw a variety of things happen, such as some new civilizations pop up, a massive war taking place, and through it all, the world's first empire forming. But that was in the last episode. Let's get straight into this one. Look at that, a new civilization. And we see this civilization right over here. It's the Congolese civilization, and we see them expand into much of the territories encompassed by the Congo Basin. And we see something very interesting happen as these guys are expanding up along the coast. Because guess who else is expanding? These purple guys. Now you're probably thinking, how is the purple team expanding? Because after all, a civil war just occurred in West Africa. These nations are... You would think the purple team would still be recovering, trying to expand. Well, number one, it's been quite a while since that civil war. It's been some episodes and definitely at least a few decades. And number two, this purple team was by far the least affected. It already wanted independence. It was not governed very much by this West African core over here. So it was really, in a way, doing its own thing from the beginning. So the Civil War, it just never really got to this country so much because the other two didn't care about it. And that's going to be crucial. In fact, so crucial that this purple country demands that the green country give this port. And the green country over here, well, they're still, well, it's not like they're still so badly affected by that civil war, but they've fallen behind a little bit compared to this purple country because of the effects. It was brutal, so yeah, they're just gonna accept. But back to the main point, why is the purple team interested in connecting up with this Congolese country? Well, this Congolese civilization. That is because we see something very interesting happen. We see the creation of the Star Military Alliance. Now, why are these two in a military alliance? They could have some plans. But I don't know. In southern Africa, we see that there are a couple new civilizations over here. They've emerged, and yeah, now let's move on to another part of the world. Also, just something to note over here, the economic alliances, for example, the Circle Alliance, they're in gold, but the military alliances, I just changed something so it's easier to tell the difference. They're in gray. So yeah, now it's much easier to tell. But anyway, moving on to another part of the world. We see these guys are going to do a bit of expanding. They move up into Denmark. They conquer these islands. Make it a bit up to Sweden. They even stretch out over here. Yet that's not all. They are launching a full-scale operation into the British Isles. Now, why so much effort? Well, a lot of the terrain in this region, especially in England, is fairly similar to a lot of the land that they have here. They see the potential. And they're also going to go into Ireland, because why not? They're really just occupying Scotland and like Iceland as well, because there's not that many people living here, so... In fact, interesting thing, you know how I said humans spread everywhere? Well, yeah, tricked you. Humans really did spread everywhere. Though the populations in Iceland and Greenland, they're pretty small as you would expect. This team sees the potential in Sweden too. They're expanding a lot. Southern Norway. And as far as over here. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. They're really just occupying Scotland. They're not settling in it as much as, say, England. This region is far more autonomous simply because the core in the Benelux region sees it as less valuable. Moving on, a couple things. This country over here, I changed the color because it was too similar to this Nubian country down here. Another thing, you can guess what happened. This yellow team was already a pretty loose confederation, but it got a little too loose, expanded a bit too much, and yeah, one became three. Now, in the Middle East slash Eastern Europe slash Caucasia, we see an interesting development, more specifically between this light green country. Let's call them, well, they started in Bulgaria, so let's call them Bulgaria, and the Caucasian Empire. Now, these two countries have grown pretty close. After all, they're both dealing with stability issues together. They worked to take down this Anatolian country, and yeah, their relations are extremely good, and they're starting something. They're starting the, let's call it the Diamond Economic Alliance. And this economic alliance is primarily for these countries, yet some of these other nations are part of the alliance, these Anatolian countries. More specifically, these four nations, which are very largely influenced by these two. I mean, surely this was voluntary, right? Surely the green team and the dark orange team especially didn't force these countries into joining. But alas, their grasp only extends as far south as this country over here. Whoa, wait, what's going? Uh, Technical difficulties for a second. Yeah, there we go. But their influence only extends to Anatolia. They simply don't have the leverage over these other two countries, nor Cyprus. And yeah, we see this new economic alliance being formed. Definitely not It's definitely not more than an economic alliance, definitely not a scheme for these two countries to cement their power over these five nations. And yeah, these guys are also in on it. Let's just say these two did more than take land. Naughty boy, you naughty, naughty boy! What am I doing? And with an economic alliance, they also have a military alliance over here. Yeah, real influence. In South America now, we see that there's going to be some significant civilizational expanding being done. This dark purple country over here, they're going to start becoming pretty large. Yet, they're being pretty strategic about it, sticking primarily to flatter, more flatter coastal areas which are closer to rivers. And they decide that this is good. Another thing that happens is, look at that, another new civilization. It's the Amazon civilization. They just form, they spread out, sticking along more river leading areas. This one is a loose confederacy, they're spreading. And yeah, this is the Amazon civilization. And the Mexicans make a decision. They're going imperialist. And when I say they're going imperialist, I mean, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, even Cuba? Yes, Cuba. Yes, they, yeah, the king of this country, the monarch, whatever you want to call him, he really likes islands for some reason, so, yup, it's true, he just likes islands. Oh wow, all the way down there. Wow, someone likes islands. And beaches. Like, all the coastal areas being taken. Yet, he's really just conquering all over. Yeah. Sorry if I moved my mouse too fast there. But anyway, is this empire realistically going to last? That we'll have to see. But this leader does stay a bit out of this harsher inland area, even though, oddly enough, that's where this empire originated in more highland regions. And that's going to make actually a lot of people upset. The people in the capital here, they're upset because what are you doing, king? You're taking all this beach land and this, well, I guess I should say coastal land. You're taking all this coastal land and all these islands, and you're what are you doing? Why are you expanding so much? It's putting a lot of strain. And the people who are just conquered, they're not happy. They don't like this very strange and aggressive ruler who's taking out all these islands for no reason. So yeah, this is definitely a sustainable regime which is going to succeed in the long run. In South Asia and Southeast Asia over here, we see this Indonesian slash Javanese country. Remember, they originated down here. They're taking they're taking a lot of land. They're even reaching into India. They conquered the Andaman Islands and all of Sumatra. Now they're conquering the Malay Peninsula. They're taking all this coastal area, more of China, and okay, Korea is the breaking point for them. That and going too far into India. Because this blue country's like, hey, who are you guys? And they're like, oh, we're the South Indian, Indonesian, Malaysian, Philippines, South China, Taiwan, Okinawa. Wait, no, not Okinawan. Shikokuan, South Korean, Okinawan Empire? And these guys are like, yeah, you have no right taking over this area. And they ask, where did you guys originate? And they're like, Java. And these guys are like, no, you've gone way too far. And you're conquering people living in these areas. People the blue team feels are similar to their people. So you know what happens. The light blue team's they don't like being told what to do. So you know what they do? Well, do what? Well, yeah, they take over, it's not looking good for the blue team until, look at that, a rebellion. I mean, come on, wait, what? Come on, these guys had it coming. Taiwan as well. South China too. Oh wow, even the Philippines and Borneo. The Philippines, Borneo, Sulawesi, they're also not happy, and they also just like occupy the rest of this island because why not? Wait, no. Yeah, this island too. And surely it can't get any worse, right? Well, look who sees a golden opportunity. This this Thai country, they're taking up a lot of territory because they've secretly been conquering this land through peaceful means. Hey, whoa. Come on, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. No. Yes. Yeah, so they're conquering this land. This is completely by surprise, all of this. I mean, they had an idea that some rebellion would happen up here, but this close to home? No. And as if it couldn't get any worse, this red Ganga country is invading down here. Not a very good day for this light blue country. And look where else they're invading. Yes? Yeah. They take the rest of this Sumatran island and this blue country. What are they going to do? Well, actually, they're going to make some pretty interesting decisions because even their own people, the people from the Javanese core, the heart of the empire, they're not happy with all the money being spent on expansion instead of technological development. So what happens? Well, for that, you're going to have to watch the next episode to see. And with that, here comes the end to the next episode of Many Cradles. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Yeah. Check out some of my other content, and yeah, see you all later. Have a great day.